back in, going in, ending dreams, and hopefully not hitting a wall. I've heard warnings, so. Luckily there is a heal station right after this one, so if people fall, we have backup. Like that mixture.
늦겠다. 뛰자.
I think I have a slight lean towards Pierce, but if Pierce is wrong... For 200 years they tortured you, my father. It is not their fault, Sancho. The sin is mine to bear, the sin of dreaming an impossible dream. You won't ever understand our unimaginable suffering, comfy in that oblivion which took even your instincts as a blood fiend away. Our pain of being deprived of blood for 200 years. Our pain of having to stab our own father with thousands of stakes. But then, an answer to our prayers arrived. From the heavens cascaded a light most warm, warmer than the light that was forever taken from us, gentler than my last memory of the sun as a human. Senson. Which family is he from? I don't know. Why should any of that matter? Family, elders, all those meaningless concepts barged away by 200 years of pain. What do I know? Is that he saved us from this torturous hell. That's when the Land opened once again. It pains me terribly to see you in such dire straits, my relatives. You all look absolutely terrible. Oh. Light, so warm. Throat dry, thirst. Now wake up, everyone. We must prepare to greet our guests. Yes. Guess who will willingly supply their fresh blood for all of you. Blood. I yearn for blood. So get a wardrobe change and freshen up. Let us start a festival, louder, more flamboyant than before. Enough to captivate our new guests forever here. The disgraced first kindred, the father of the Machagan blood fiends Don Quixote. Have you an idea how saddened and the other elders would be to see the state you are in? Such a warm glow. What nature of light is this? Is this the light? It is the light of a golden bow. It will take root deep within your heart, taking your desires, your subconsciousness, as its nutrients. I hunger. The bow which your last child will one day come to claim from you. I am now bound forever to this place, Sancho. For that is the best for La Mancha Land. Best for my family, my responsibility as their father. There once was a time when you rather would choose death over causing harm to humans. We cannot defy our nature, Sancho. This is simply what we are. Not even you, who left here to explore the world and adventure astride Rocinante, was fated to return here now as a blood fiend. Many humans will loathe and abhor our very existence. But my children will feed on their blood and find true happiness. Here in La Mancha Land, where there is only laughter. Thus, dear Sancho, why not remain here with the rest of us? Be with us who are cursed with the same sickness that ails you. And you're happy with that sorry state you're in. Can't you see that? I am no longer the only one who with claims aimed to my body. It must be used for the good of my children who await salvation, protection amidst the terrifying world of misfortune. Father, the guests who accompany Sancho here are here to lay destruction upon the Mancha land. We will kill them and feed you their blood. You remember well, don't you? Blood unattained by pathetic begging and struggling, blood of those who so bravely seek to kill us. Boils much, much hotter. Indeed, my children. You all speak true. Then please, kill them and lead the Mancha land once again into the Festival of Dreams. Okay, now I am getting an idea of what this fight might be. All three of them? All three of them. Okay, yeah, okay. We didn't fight the priest before, actually. And Lady Dulcinea doesn't have her barrier immediately, so it's immediately into a more final phase version. Barbara wasn't an issue, but then again, once again, we never fought the priest. Ow. Anyway, give me one moment. Neo, headphones, please. Okay. No, question marks, even though at least for two of you I should know some weaknesses. Favored. Favored. Okay, who are you pointing at?
점 찍었네.
Come on, Honglu. Your strong move, please.
이런 것도 되죠.
적합한 관리법이었어요. 다행이에요. 고귀하게. 고귀하게.
Yeah, I need to get rid of Dulcinea. Because she's gonna fuck the other two. Barbara is the weakest one, though.
적 개체가 기세등등해 보여요. 조금 주의하면서 해보는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
Favored. Wait, those two are done. Then it's just that one. You're also unopposed, but you can't clash with her. What do y'all look like? I'm seeing nothing. Okay, Gluttony. Pierce doesn't go as well against you. Slash doesn't go against you, but Gluttony and Gloom. Is this multi-target? Yes, but it's only hitting Dulcinea. What about my Wa? Oh, the Wa.
직접 타도하죠.
뭐 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
선물이라고 할 건 없고. 자,
Thank you, Gregor.
이걸로 대신하지.
Not the best damage, but
고귀하게. 고귀하게.
합격장.
doing all right. Okay, that one's hitting multi. Can't have that. I can only hit multi. That's the rule. Wait. You're hitting Ryoshu. You're hitting Ryoshu, but I can't clash with you for that. So, fuck me, I guess. That one's going there, and you're going to Honglu. Dominating. Wait, no, it's that one. That's defensive both. I don't think... yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's not a good idea to do that again.
직접 타도하죠.
Hi, Shanna Post.
고귀하게.
They got fucked up placement.
항상 지켜보고 있었지.
They did good damage.
필요한 재료가 전부 모였네. 이제 재단 시간이야.
Yeah, I fucked up.
일촉즉
That was not the right clash. That was... Okay, gonna go with same team.
사건 속으로.
Probably should have changed it up, but I'm gonna stay with same team.
여기다가 말하면 녹음되는 건가요?
다 함께 모인 게?
힘내세요.
Why are you... okay. You're so very picky. Pose, take favored.
거치적거리지만 마.
고귀하게. 고귀하게.
이런 것도 되죠.
That was the worst part.
무얼 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
Uh-oh.
저 개체가 기세등등해 보여요. 조금 주의하면서 해보는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
Oh. No, of course.
거치적거리지만 마.
고귀하게. 고귀하게.
끝이야.
마땅한 벌을.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Nice, I'll stagger.
페이지 1. 배달부 보조 및 통제 시퀀스 시작. 침착하게 활로를 개척하십시오.
Is that very effective on the barber? Okay, I guess not. That's her multi-hit. Except for no. Not allowing. Okay, extra people, but Ryoshu's still the dominating. Thank you.
탈출 개체 확인.
God, that was close.
고귀하게. 고귀하게.
항상
Yes,
지켜보고
this
있었지.
is the correct way to do it.
필요한 재료가 전부 모여.
Oh wait, it happened anyway.
재단 시간이야.
Except for this time, no one got staggered, so better.
늦으면 메피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Okay, who you don't like Ryoshu right now? Well, you don't like Luster Envy? Ryoshu's base one is Lust, and it's pretty good, so... I'm going... My gold doesn't it, but... I can probably get out the barber much faster.
직접 타도하죠.
고귀하게. 고귀하게.
Those name might actually be the longest one.
무불아위.
적합한 관리법이었어요. 다행이에요.
감내해야 할 고통입니다.
I don't quite see how that was a dominating performance, Hanglu,
선물이라고
but
할 건
sure.
없고. 자, 이걸로 대신하지.
That was good damage. You were so close. Hit the stagger.
비뚤어졌구려.
Thank you, Yesung.
재배지 옆에 플루드니 차는 의미 없는 살색을 지향한다. 배달을 즉시 수행하여 귀하의 목숨을 보장하십시오.
Okay, who's your like main point, Honglu? Problem is, I don't think you have. That one's dominating. Although I'm gonna trust you with this one. 22, 28. Just roll good for me, man.
거치적거리지만 마.
And everyone else can get out the barber.
합격장.
끝이야.
다음 세상으로 넘어가려면 자, 여기구나.
피날레를 시작하자.
Oh great, you get to do it anyway.
버리겠습니다.
칼날이 잘 드네요.
Oh, good are you?
벌을
아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠? 곧
피를
위험한
머금을
공격이
시간이야.
찾아올 거예요. 대처하실 수 있죠?
This is also gonna Hung Lu, and that one's going to Yisung. Wait, no. So dominating, favored, and favored. Might do that just to heal Faust up.
탈출 개체 확인.
Come on, Hunglo.
아이고.
I guess you're also getting hit. Yisung. Please.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시
I'm using so many
집행하겠습니다.
hiccups. Is anyone gonna win the Trilash?
이토록 풍요로울 수가. 제대로 들어갔습니다.
Thank you, Gregor.
그래서 카론이 안전벨트 잘하라고 있잖아.
Wish I could capitalize. That's the only thing I need to. Actually, wait. If I do that. Favored. Okay, no one can take it back end.
점 찍었네.
Please, Rodia. God damn it.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
I wonder if there's some strategy in just letting more sinners die. Now that it's, hey, they're gonna tag in somebody new anyway. Maybe might as well.
이 정도의 피로는 부족해.
Let someone replace. Who? There you go, shoot. But it's also no good, no bueno. Oh, I'm running low on envy now. Go for it.
거치적거리지만 마.
감내해야 할 고통입니다.
항상 지켜보고 있었지.
선물이라고 할 건 없고. 자, 이걸로 대신하지.
Good early damage, decent secondary. Very nice, Isa.
제압 완료.
Oh, goodbye, priest.
이 목마름에서
적들이
Listen
이기고
as
있어.
alone.
카론, 먼저 가버릴 거야.
Whew. Pride, sloth, break lock gloom. I don't want to use my envy. Let's use the healing.
탈출 개체 확인.
기록에 따라
Oh, I'm gonna tag
당신을
people in
반드시
with envy
집행하겠습니다.
for the next fight. Please. Please.
곧 위험한 공격이 찾아올 거예요. 대처하실 수 있죠?
명령대로.
That was stagger.
이렇게 나
Roger died, but that was stagger.
당신의 노고에 감사드립니다.
합격장.
승객이 딱콩 한
She
번
did what she
먹였어.
needed to.
끝이야.
다 다가오지 마라.
Let's let Jueji come in. Go for damage.
위험 인물 발견. 제압할게요.
이런 것도 되죠.
That should be the second stagger bar.
대검의 머리가 쪼개지진 않았을 텐데.
Roja made that happen. Thank you, Roja. On hit against targets with bleed or unique bleed, heal 2 to 5 HP. Skills that consume blood fees plus coin power plus 1. Interesting. And we're healed. Save. And then Yushu, Honglu, Meru, Otis, Sinclair. There we go. If need be, I'll also tag in 7 association files for bring back that envy. Nicolina, Curambrio, and Dulcine. None have ever loved me as fervently as they have. This is a very twisted love. None have ever loved me as fervently as they have. Gallop on, dear Sancho, and strike our foes. Like the days of yore where we vanquished the giants. Strike our foes with a heart that knows no fear. I see.
나는 말을 타고 달려가고 있다.
I thought I had become galloping onward and towards something, but it was only going in circles.
나는 흔적을
I am but a hollow shell, a mere vestige of a thing trapped in a carousel to nowhere. A madwoman slumbering in sweet dreams of galloping astride a stead across a vast field, feeling the cool breeze against her face. Don Quixote, you can still hear me, can't you? Don't listen to him. Please, you're...
아니,
No.
너희들이
She is no
알던
more.
그자.
That person you once knew is
이제
dead.
여기 없어. 어쩌면
Perhaps I wish that Don Quixote would forget I ever existed.
하지만 난 이렇게 다시
Yet I am returned here,
내가 누구인지
so that I may never forget what I am again,
꿈 끝나버렸다.
so that I may pronounce the dream ended. I guess we're fighting Don Quixote, Sancho? We're fighting Sancho. Favorite. Dominating.
길 좀 막지 마.
플루드니 차 강력 배달 모드로 기동.
Ow.
무얼 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
This is an interesting fight.
감싸올라라.
All neutral. Okay, you don't like Pierce, and I just tagged out 2 of the Pierce units. Well, that's not great. Granted, I tagged in 1 for another. Yeah, that's not great. The benefit of doing this another day. Excuse me? Fine. That's defense. Don't like that. Neutral.
깡총.
차올라라.
I may have actually used
가엾고
Zero.
슬픈 아이들.
Maybe once.
그저 애도를 표할 수밖에.
I should have just defended with you, shouldn't I? Dodged.
늦으면 루피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
No, all those are struggling. All those are struggling. Defense. Favored. Favored. Gonna have to defend that. Another dodge.
점 찍었네.
Kind of. Hoping for a stagger.
조심하셔야 해요. 정신이나 몸이 다친 동료들은 어떻게 바뀔지 모르니까요.
Hoping for a stagger feels like my only hope. To some effect. And we're getting close.
차올라라.
Gregor, please.
칼날이
Oh, she's over
잘
the threshold.
아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠? 승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
배달 지역의 플루드니
이제
차는
끝을
의미 없는
내자.
탈색을 제한한다. 배달을 즉시 수행하여 귀하의 목숨을 보장하십시오.
점 찍었네.
Oh, good lord, Sanson, no! I'm just staggered. You
그래서
can't do
그들은
this. So what will happen to them, you ask?
한번 찬찬히
Let
지켜보자.
us watch how this tale plays out.
상당히
She's really strong, done.
강한데요.
I mean, Sancho, I guess. Blood fiends of La Mancha land have all been significantly weakened due to the 200 years of imprisonment
그 힘이
and the
상당히
lack of
약해졌습니다.
blood.
하지만 저자는
But she
제2 권속의 혈기는
looks like a second kindred isn't a foe that we can reasonably contend with. Well, when have we ever fought anything we can reasonably contend with, eh? We'll die, revive, try again, and eventually wear him down. DRDR strategy against this one is meaningless. I'm assuming death, revive, death, revive.
열차에서 만났던 그놈보다
Even her regeneration is comparably faster than the ones we've met and aboard the train. We will not win this battle by attrition. Are you going to keep standing in our way?
그래.
Yes,
너희를 계속 막아내.
I will stand in your way.
그래서
So what? What are you even going to do, huh? Sinclair suddenly took a step towards Sancho. What
당신은 이
do you want to do to La Mancha land?
내 어버이가 원하는
I will do my father's bidding and transform it into an image of his design.
너희를 없애고
I'll kill you.
인간들을 죽이고
Then I'll find more humans to kill.
피를 먹이며
Feed their blood to my father, like a good blood fiend I am.
땅이 떨리고 있어. 카룬도
Oh, fuck you,
흔들흔들.
game. I am never a fan of when having to hit a meter impacts my ability to decrease the health bar and whatnot. Like, if it gets in the way, because I had a full stagger, I could have potentially reached closer to that second stagger bar, or even past it. But game attributes need to hit certain health thresholds, and frankly, it probably should have happened right before that stagger bar. Would have been nicer. I kind of said you would have to die because you were... You won! Bravo.
죽어 엎드려라.
Okay, I still say you have to die, apparently.
조심하셔야 해요.
Wait a second.
정신이나
Everyone
몸이
else was
다친
also
분들은
attacking, and they
어떻게
didn't get to
바뀔지
hit?
모르니까요.
Fuck you, game. That's also bullshit. I have these units on the field for a reason. Like, they ain't here to look pretty. Or they're not here just to look pretty, at least.
길 좀 막지 마.
적합한 관리법이었어요. 다행이에요.
페이지 3. 경고. 시간 초과 배달 과속 최종 단계 돌입. 더 이상의
초생.
시간 자체는 신변의
반월.
안전을 보장하지 않습니다.
No,
만,
Gregor's gonna...
용천, 출현, 피해.
Yeah.
그래서 카론이 안전벨트 잘 하라고 했잖아.
What wrath? We're like so close.
탈출 개체 확인.
Come on, Faust. Staggered? Staggered. Because Yisong's getting the free hit.
색색이 황홀하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
이제 끝을 내자.
깡총!
You bitch game. I hate when you do this. I've talked about this. I get why, but still, you ruin my turns. The door is shut. Something just occurred to me. That a heavy adamantine door stood between Sancho and I, tightly shut. Whatever I said wouldn't reach her, and she had no wish to open the door. We stood there in a stalemate. The sinners would conceal their troubles, shy away from attempts to understand them, but in the end, they all wanted something. There was a certain faith that I, as their manager, would be able to do something for them. Or at least they would find their way and their wishes granted at the end of each of their flow. Yes, they all had dreams. He no longer wanted to be an outcast. She wanted to be special. He wanted to confront his past. God, that makes me cry for Gregor. He wanted to change. She wanted to sail onward unanchored. He wanted to mend the two hearts broken apart. And every time I reached out, I cried out loud, owed each of their dreams to them, and with some luck managed to turn them away from the brink. But the Don Quixote, whose dream has already ended, only now do I realize I have nothing to give her, nothing to tell her. My role stopped at breaking through each sinner's barrier to retrieve their lost dreams, squeezing them past the door to their hearts that remained open still, no matter how narrow the gaps were. I have never given them something new to dream about. Don Quixote,
다시 한번 말하지만
I'll tell you again, that is not who I am.
내게 눈을 반짝이며
That
맑았지
fool
않은
who
꿈을
used to
들먹던
twinkle her
사람이
eyes at
있었어.
you, shoving some ridiculous idea of a dream before you is dead. Has Don Quixote's dream ended? Has the dream of the other Don Quixote who lies there within his body impaled by so many stakes ended?
하지만
What if the dream still continues? Sinclair, my dream.
지나치게
It ripened and ripened until the rot set in. Thus it fell to the earth and burst.
이어지지 않았어.
It is broken. All that remains is the decaying carcass of the dream. Sancho's lifeless eyes gazed into the distant hollow, seeing nothing in its futility that extends far beyond the horizon. But Sinclair redirects her gaze toward himself.
알다시피 라만차는
The Magellan manifests to devour humans, yeah, but it eventually disappears again.
인간들을 해치려고 하고
Look, on
있지만
one hand, it's trying to hurt us humans, but on the other hand, it keeps trying to hide away, too.
온갖 말뚝에 쑤셔박힌
Even as he
후에도
lies there, his body torn apart by thousands of stakes, he's been trying.
당신의 어버이라는
Perhaps your
사람도
father, even he, maybe he. This is what we must do.
우리
We have to go back
모든 꿈이 시작되어
to the birthplace of that dream. The tightly shut door suddenly shook, and in front of it stood Sinclair. A familiar red sign, though incomplete, briefly flickered from his forehead, and in a blinding white light surrounding him, Sinclair was the Knight of the White Moon. Batty.
오랜만.
I haven't uttered that name in such a long time.
인간이군.
A human at my mansion. Apologies, Your Worship. We should have never let her through, but she wields all kinds of fantastical weapons. She demanded to be granted audience with you, Father.
혈기 사냥꾼인
A blood fiend hunter, are you?
내 자식들이
And you managed to break through my children's vigilance.
이곳까지 온 실력은
I commend your skill, human. It cannot have been easy.
그래. 날 찾아온
So what is that
이유는
you seek from this audience?
혹시 흔적도
Is your
없이
wish to
사라지고
be
싶은
obliterated without a trace, or is it to join my family?
둘 다 아니야.
Neither.
나는 당신과
I'm here to challenge you to a duel. A duel?
난 다른 혈기들
I'm not like the other blood fiends. I have no interest in killing humans for sport. However, I am also not so generous a blood fiend to let a human who dared walk into her own doom simply saunter away without consequences.
가끔은 혈기와 인간들의
Humans and
갈등이
blood fiends
벌어지고
are at war out there. Do you know that?
피에 미친
Just a pit
혈기들과
fight between unquenchable blood fiends and humans who learn to transmute their hatred into delight.
나는 그러한 추잡한
I care not for such degeneracy.
왜 당신은 어떤
Why do
편을
you refuse to take a side?
당신 정도의 가문이
Should a
어디에
family of
힘을
your might
합니까?
take a side,
전선을
it would
확실하게
mean the
키울 거야.
decisive end of the war.
말했을 텐데
Haven't I already told you, or does your fleeting human life require a simpler explanation?
난 옷이
I would prefer not to dirty my clothes in a pit fight.
자신에서 지는
I refuse to bring myself down to that level.
그런가?
Is that so?
나는
I
당신을
am here to
포섭하거나
do one
혹은
of two
처벌하기
things.
위해
One, to convince you, or two, should my first option prove unfeasible, slay you,
아무것도 안 한 채로 있는 상태의
because you are more dangerous than both
어떤
of them
세력보다 위험합니다.
when you are sitting here doing nothing.
그러니까
So
나와
duel me.
결투를 거절하기에는 아까울걸.
You won't get a chance like this again,
난 당신에게 필요한 것이
because I know exactly what you
알고
seek.
있어.
Uh-huh.
나도
Not even I
내가
am
필요한 게
privy to that
무엇인지
knowledge.
모르는 나를 본
Yet a human who knows me not, who has only met me for the first time, claims to know that.
난 너희 혈기들에 대해 알아.
I know you blood fiends.
인간보다 오래 살지만
Those blessed with longer lives than humans, yet cursed to live in greater miseries for every second of that longer life.
이번에 카펫을 새로
I just changed the carpets of this hall.
고작 인간의
I do not wish to dirty it with lowly human blood.
넌
Leave, and my children outside this mansion will deal with you. Should you employ your children to kill me, you will never learn the source of your suffering. You will remain unchanging, stagnant, steeped in your misery, until one day the memory of this moment returns to you as a regret. Father, if you would allow me, I will quietly take care of this interloper. Grab your weapon. Answer my duel. And I promise you, upon my honor as a fixer, I will grant you what you truly seek. I can give you... No human, let alone a blood fiend, has ever matched me evenly in strength. Then I suppose I shall have the honor of being the first human to do so. How intriguing. The duel continued for 3 days. 3 days without a victor. Why not take a brief respite? It has been 3 days. 3 days. Yes, there's been 3 sunrises and sunsets. I'm quite certain that makes it 3 days. But we are yet to decide a victor. Too bad. At times like these, we must each take enough of rest to recover. And duel again at a later date. I will return. You would stop the battle before it ends, allow your enemy to rest, and even promise to reconvene at a later date. Who decided that these odd rules would become laws? Fixers. It's the law of the fixers. Father allowed that human to leave. He did not even sick us children on her, and that was that. Will you truly let her leave just like that? A human so insolent and warn you of all blood fiends that she would return? It is their law, she says. Here she is again, Sancho. Go tell her that your father is indisposed today and has no time to spare for a duel. Go tell her yourself. I am growing tired of this. What joy does that woman get out of this altercation? She could at least have had the courtesy to arrive at our gates with hands full of refreshments. How should I know? What I am certain of is that this intruder will never leave us alone until we open our gates. Why did I ever agree to something so vexatious? It is about time we put an end to this, Father. I find no joy in telling you this, but it does not befit your reputation to be locked in a duel with a mere human for so long. The other children are saying things. You will understand the pain of dealing with children when you make kindreds of your own. How many times have I told you I refuse to do such a thing? How harsh you are. Were it not, I intend to put an end to this today. I have been planning to do so for a while. Are you certain that you do not require my assistance? I should be enough to tip the scales in your favor. It is all right. It is a duel, is it not? A duel must be fair and just. Is that not what she said the last time, verbatim? Something about the laws of fixers. So what exactly are fixers? I do not know. That absurd duel continued with no end in sight, and I found myself measuring the time like some referee. It is time. That was close. I thought we'd finally have a victor in this duel. I would like to ask you something. Yeah. What, pray, is a fixer? What is this fixer that has made you so pertinent and stubborn? You have mentioned their laws and our first bout as well. Is the honor of fixers so significant that you would wager your life on it? I can tell you if you want. And they both simultaneously lowered their weapons. You're looking forward to her arrival now, aren't you? You are waiting for her. The fault lies with the human. How dare she cut off her story short right at the climax? Ah, she's here. Let her in, will you? So what happened to that fool whose rope snapped at the exact moment? No, I must know what happened to the siblings first. The fool who hung on a rotten strand of rope fell to the earth, and the siblings lived happily ever after. What an exciting tale that was. My hands had grown so sodden from the sheer suspense. Sancho, when did you side up so close to our conversation? Barry, do you recall the place you told me of upon our last meeting? This amusement park. Will you speak to me of it again? Father, this is the 7th time. In no books on heroic tales ever mention such a thing as an amusement park. Oh, then, tell me, describe the sight. Children enter there, holding tightly onto their parents' hands. What of their expressions? Practically radiating with happiest, brightest smiles in the world. All wear pretty headbands or elaborate masks. And they play such catchy, exciting music all year round. People dance to the music too. Guests are free to do whatever they want. Enter a game of marksmanship as the shooting range, explore a spooky haunted mansion. I can't say I get the point of all this. What of this ride? This is called a carousel. Visitors each ride upon a steed that goes in circles. They ride on a horse that only goes in circles. How utterly devoid of meaning. And this here is called an observation wheel. Humans use it to view the sights from a higher elevation. Not only did they craft a giant-sized thousand of humans, but they also dared to enter its body. What a splendid method by which one may overcome their fears. You are seriously misunderstanding what this is. I have conceived an idea most ingenious. And this is where you stop listening to him. So she says, should I? The pair of you are becoming alike in the worst possible ways. I wish to build one myself, an amusement park where humans and blood fiends can happily coexist. I shall call it La Mancha Land. Step by step. 1, 2, 3. I found myself slowly becoming engrossed in her tales. That is how his dream became mine. But it wasn't long before it was broken and cast aside, like my father. Yet there exists an understanding beyond sight. Why? Why does La Mancha Land not exist in perpetuity, but seek to vanish only within hours of its manifestation? It can only be your father's final lingering covenants of his will. Father gave me Rocinante so that I may embark on an adventure of my own. But none of my tales were real. They were all fake. Once I drank from the river of oblivion. Once I imprisoned myself in a cell of my own making. I spent days after days immersed in these books of fixers. I have a question. Dear Sancho Don Quixote, what about your tales with the sinners? You've done stuff. There is so much done since chapter 1 that could be considered her own since joining. Because she drank from the river, went to the tower, Virgil's found her, and she's been on an adventure with the rest of the sinners since. Chapter 5, the fucking whale, is probably up there with the level of, like, fantastical stories that Don Quixote would have in book. As just one part. And while she's not the main character in that, in the other chapters, she's not like the lead, it's not the focus is on Don Quixote in those moments, she's still a part of those stories. And then I stated my story with vicious lies and hyperbole. What was it that you always said to me? That it was about time I woke up from my delusions. Yes, I suppose now is the time I came to my senses.
곧 위험한 공격이 찾아올 거예요. 대처하실 수 있죠?
Fuck.
깡총.
Considering I still have it. If you're only gonna let me clash with one of them, might as well do with the one that's gonna heal.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Can do it. Gonna correct.
명령대로.
최선의 방어를 피해. 자, 초생, 반월, 천근할 천개, 검은살.
최소 복지 휴식 모드 작동. 에너지 순환 일시 정지. 주의. 이 조치는
Yeah,
일시적입니다.
get
신속한 배달을
tag
권장합니다.
out.
탈출 개체 확인. 만월 용천
Goddamn.
차올라요. 천근할 천개, 검은살. 천근할 천개, 검은살.
Shit.
무형의 검은.
작품을 만들다 죽을 수 있다니.
끝이야.
그야말로 이상적.
Okay. Sinclair's not in the group. Okay. Wow, it's also just neutral. What about pursuance? Dominating.
하얀 살.
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니 너는 반드시 부서진다.
Oh, I need to break through your
이
shield.
몸이 직접 손봐야겠는가. 핫! 피해. 하! 초생, 반월, 천근할 천개, 검은살.
아이고.
적들이 이기고 있어. 카론, 먼저 가버릴 거야.
chance to use it, I'm gonna
탈출
try.
객체 확인.
I don't think she'll live till then, though.
항상 지켜보고 있었지.
Well, the shield's down.
제압 작업. 만월 용천 출현.
결국 저는 이렇게 침묵해 버리나요?
당신을 인도해주진 못해도
There's Sinclair's about to be tagged in, which means I have to reset this match.
당했네요. 빨리 지원 요청.
복지 휴식모드
일단 기회 한번 벌었어.
Yep, Sinclair's in this match. We're done.
이 배달을 수행하십시오.
Oh no.